There's a lot of stuff that goes on in the first episode that I think specifically sort of traumatizes the character. I think we talked about the character sort of being in post-traumatic stress disorder for most of the season. How are you feeling about the second season in terms of some of the changes that we're making for you? Because I think it is John Connor that we're going to see in the second season is nothing like the John Connor that we saw in the first season.
Thank you.
It's great, love you.
No, I'm glad that that's a question because I think, at least on my part, I kind of wanted a slight intentional frustration with the fact that he was very weak and very always hiding behind his hair and in front of the computer and going to high school and I kind of wanted that so that then in this next season, I was praying he would get. Otherwise, it would have ended there. To kind of bring out everything that is supposed to lead to this savior of the world, because it's hard to buy when you watch him last year, and I felt that it was good to set up his intelligence and his maturity first, before you set up the whatever the hell you want to call it. And I think though that I'm very grateful that all the writers and everything you've put in such great stuff to change him. Like there are actual reasons, very very clear reasons, which is nice. And I just think he's very angry, but not in the petulant, whiny kid way that he was. And I don't think that he really. I think he's kind of let go of the wish for a normal life a lot more. I think he was still kind of hoping that he could somehow juggle both. And I think he knows this year that's not happening, and it starts taking a toll on mom and son and just everything with him in general. He's not very nice, I don't think.
Lena, we talked about at the beginning of, Lena and I had like a what's the season hold for us meeting and for about 2 or 3 hours one night before. Yes. And I basically started by saying, you know what, I think you're going to really need me this year because of some of the things I'm going to do. And I said, one of the big things I'm going to do is I'm taking John Connor away from you. And we felt like last year, Sarah sort of was able to take John's love for granted and thought that this year would be interesting as a character, but she had to work harder for his love. So I apologize ahead of time because I said I know how much you like spending time with Thomas, but I'm going to take him. How's it going so far without it?
I hate him. No, I was sitting there and I'm told it's going to break my heart. But it did, because, we get on so well and it makes long, intense days less crazy. But also, it needs to happen, John has to grow up and he's becoming a man and finally escapes his mother's overbearing paranoia.
Ms. Manson. So, the weekend before you started your first day of acting ever, I called you up and I said, how you doing? And you said, what did you say?
I said I couldn't go to the toilet.
She's like, I'm shitting myself. I was like, are you nervous? She's like, no, I'm really shitting myself. I'm absolutely terrified.
Yeah.
And now we're 5 episodes in. How you feeling?
I'm not quite so terrified. I'm still pretty terrified, but not quite so. I was shaking the first day of set, literally shaking, which is, it's been a long time since I've done anything that's made me scared. And I was definitely scared the first day of filming.
But awesome. Do you want to talk all about sort of the different, I'm sure people ask you this, but I don't pay attention. Do you want to talk all about the difference between performing music? I asked you once and you said it was a lot about the difference between acting and singing, and lots to do with the different focus and kind of energy. And how's it been? What's the difference been?
Well, it's a very, very different experience for sure. I think when you're a singer like I am, it's a very sort of selfish occupation in a way. You just follow your gut and you do whatever you really want to do, and everybody else has to follow along in your wake, so to speak. And then when you come into a cast as an actor, I mean, I'm very inexperienced, so I'm probably not the best person to discuss the craft of it, but from what I observe, you have to be very aware of what's going on around you. And when I came home from the first day of filming, I was exhausted mentally because I realised you have to pay attention all the time. And I've been so unused to that because musicians don't have any focus. You get a piece of paper under your door in the morning telling you exactly what you're going to do, you know, literally in increments of 10 minutes. So you don't have to remember anything. But as an actor, you have to be 100% like in the moment, and that's really hard. Well, you're all experienced, look at me shit.